EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Los Angeles Rams. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. First play from scrimmage, Stafford. And his first pass is incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A couple of vets, Stafford to Robinson there. First down, Rams.
After 4 years each in Jacksonville and Chicago, Allen Robinson made a big jump by joining the reigning champs. Hoping to shake off career lows from last season, get back to being a catch machine. Here's a catch for him there and a first down pickup.
On first down, Stafford here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's gonna be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Stafford. And that's incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep here, Andre Roberts. Taking it about the 16. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Walker. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Panther first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And some room to maneuver. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 55 rushing yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Giovanni Ricci. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are on the board first on the road here in L.A. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now Stafford. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee you he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. They find some open field here. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
A torn Achilles was supposed to end Akers' 2021 season before it actually began. 5 months later, in a miraculous recovery, Akers made it back and helped the Rams win the Super Bowl. Now everyone in L.A. wants to know, how does he follow up that yeoman performance?
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That play could never get started thanks to the defensive effort of Shaq Thompson.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They're going to try the jet sweep. Robinson with it, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. He'll dump this off to Akers. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks,
as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Stafford now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
4th down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal.
From the right hash, this from 33. Gay's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Let's do this, man. Let's be smart. Let's focus in on what we should do here.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off.
Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
On 1st and 10, Walker.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Working with his 2nd and 4. To throw is Walker. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 45-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. McCaffrey running up the middle. Jordan Fuller there to take him down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And some room to work. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Walker's throw complete there to Thomas.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Here's Walker. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead. And on this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Let's go now. Let's go. Let's do our thing. Showdown, baby. Oh, ain't that something? This is the calm before the storm, baby. Let's be smart. Let's be smart. They can't stop us.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Stafford hooking up with Akers.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Again, it's Stafford. Open man right side is Kupp, complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Stafford going to give this to Akers.
Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle. On 2nd and 9, Stafford. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
4th down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal.
And Gay knocks this one through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off.
Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Second and 9 now from the 21. To throw is Walker. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. Now Walker.
And that's complete to McCaffrey.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And Walker now to throw on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Thomas. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? Taking it about the 1. Here's the all-pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Walker. And his throw is incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Walker now. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Yetur Gross-Matos getting in there to make the play.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. This is caught by Robinson. Finding room at midfield. Still on his feet. Past the 20. Touchdown, L.A. Allen Robinson, 79 yards. And the Rams have cut it back within a score. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 108 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
First down, Walker. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation. would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, it's Walker. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 10 more there and another 1st down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now Walker. This is caught. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. McCaffrey, the ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Walker from the gun on third down.
And he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Skirts by him at the 35. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Stafford.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Stafford's pass complete. He's got Kupp.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 44-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
63 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Here's Stafford. And he'll just get rid of it.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Stafford.
And that nearly pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
Gay's kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Walker. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
A 1st down throw for Walker. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sean Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them, because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A give up the middle to Akers. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. To return is Roberts. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. He's back to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. He'll look to throw. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Second and 8 coming up. They'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Back to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Walker looking to throw on 4th down. A desperation heave for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head.
You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.